spinach, dark chocolate, chia seeds, almonds, and raspberries are killing me. What's good, insiders? Now, you might be wondering, based on the video title, Alex, why are you making a video on superfoods? This is a trading channel. The answer is simple. Being a trader is like being a pro athlete. We even have a co-host who's an Olympic medalist, Toby Dawson, on our Insider Trading podcast. Being in an optimal mental and physical state are key for a successful trading career. Now, when it comes to my knowledge on this subject, you can ask my girlfriend. She'll tell you that when I'm not engrossed in trading, I'm immersing myself in health-related research and discussions. I've essentially become a self-taught health enthusiast. Now, while I can't claim I have professional medical training, I'd like to think that my relentless pursuit of knowledge puts me in a unique position to provide insights that may complement or even challenge conventional guidelines. And one thing that I've learned from running this trading channel and the Insider Trading podcast is the power of learning through teaching and dialogue. The act of sharing and conversing has proven to be one of the most effective ways to deepen my understanding of a topic and help others along their journey. So here it is: spinach, dark chocolate, chia seeds, almonds, and raspberries are fucking killing me. So as you hardcore insiders here probably know, I often wear something on my right hand, a compression glove, and even more recently, a brace on top, this one, due to the wrist pain that I experience known as carpal tunnel. Honestly, it was the first thing I packed when I knew that we were gonna go here to Peniche, Portugal. I was also at a loss how to alleviate this persistent pain that I was experiencing. Even something as simple as typing a few sentences on the keyboard would be excruciating. I had a family friend who was experiencing something similar in carpal tunnel and ended up needing surgery, and I was wondering, am I gonna go down that same path? Obviously, resorting to surgery is really that a last resort option, and it's an option that you don't want to exercise. Sadly, for the last 2 years, I was really feeling like I was approaching that last resort of surgery. But here's the good news: since arriving in Peniche, Portugal, I haven't actually used my compression glove or brace even once. The pain in my wrist has dropped significantly to the point of where I would say it's non-existent. In fact, the only reason I took these things out was for this video. In just a moment, I'm going to share with you exactly what I did, or more accurately, what I didn't do that has led to such a dramatic improvement in my condition. So in my constant binging of medical information, one of the guys I come across actually has a YouTube channel named Dr. Eric Bird DC. I really love this channel. He's got 10 million subscribers, and one thing he's pushed really hard is the keto diet, which I think can be really great if done right. But the problem is that some foods contain toxins that your body does not want, and I think I was doing keto wrong. Actually, as I dug more into the keto diet and living healthily, later I found out that these toxins are the same toxins that put Chris Hemsworth into the hospital at the age of 29. Hemsworth even said he had 5 handfuls of spinach and then almond milk, almond butter, and then some vegan protein in his smoothies. This was what he thought was healthy, and he later had to learn that he had to completely rethink what he thought was healthy. So what is the issue with these superfoods that we all thought were super healthy? I mean, think of Popeye, for God's sake. Is Popeye a lie? Spinach is healthy, right? That's what I've been told my whole life. But I think many of us, including myself, have been lied to, and this brings me to a lady called Sally K. Norton. And her book, which I'm halfway through, I think I'll finish it this weekend, Toxic Superfoods: How Oxalate Overload is Making You Sick and How to Get Better. She went from die-hard vegan to carnivore and fixed all of her health issues. This book and her stories, plus countless others she's interviewed, is buck wild to me. I was getting some major Copernicus 1510 vibes, and I just didn't really know how to deal with all the information because I felt like my whole life I've learned that spinach and, let's say, plant-based diet is really healthy. At the very best, carbs are bad, sugar is bad, but spinach, like leafy greens? Come on. Now, this is where it gets pretty crazy. In the book, she talks about a study done back in 1937 where over 40% of the rats that were fed spinach died, and the others became so frail that they could no longer reproduce. What? But why is that? So during my binge of videos, podcasts, stories, everything from vegans to carnivores and everything in between, one thing that caught my attention right around the time that we were leaving Berlin for this surf trip is that a lot of individuals on the vegan diet were ending up in really bad mental and physical places, specifically around a 3 to 4 year mark, sometimes already in 2 years. And on the carnivore videos, there would often be former vegans, even vegans that went 10 years long, but their mental and physical conditions were so bad that they had to accept the fact that there was something wrong with their diet. And I'm always crazy about the comments. I'm always digging through the comments. And eventually I stumble upon a comment where somebody mentioned a toxin called oxalate. And this is a toxin that's found in plant-based foods. Now, if you do any research on oxalates, you'll really quickly find Sally K. Norton and her book. So that's how I found her. Anyway, oxalates are something that most plant-based foods have to various degrees. When consumed, it's something that builds up in your body and over time leads to some pretty serious symptoms. What happens is oxalates latch onto vitamins and minerals in these healthy foods, making them unabsorbable. One study mentioned in Sally's book said 1% of spinach nutrients can actually be absorbed. You're really just getting an oxalate infusion instead of a vitamin boost. So basically, I was eating a massive oxalate diet. And the crazy part is for lunch, I would often have a huge spinach salad with nuts and tons of other high oxalate foods. And often in the evenings, I'd be eating dark chocolate like it was my job. I probably had a diet over 10x what's considered a safe amount of oxalate consumption, which is about 100 milligrams. And many experts even say that is too much. And trust me, getting to 100 milligrams is super easy. What really frustrated me about this whole thing is that some of these worst offenders like spinach, dark chocolate, chia seeds, almonds, raspberries, heck, even potatoes, especially sweet potatoes, the ones that are supposedly extra healthy, are the worst offenders. If you want to do more research, I'd highly recommend Sally K. Norton's book. She is known as the oxalate queen, which, well, sounds like a bad thing, but you get the point. Again, I'm halfway through the book right now, and I plan to finish it by the end of this weekend, although I will be in Paris this weekend for a birthday, so it's gonna be busy. I definitely can make a video on my thoughts on Sally's book after I complete it. Comment below if you would be interested in something like that. For this video, I really just wanted to talk about my experiences since I cut out any sort of high oxalate foods. So for the most part, I continued my normal diet, which is pretty much keto with occasionally some carbs and some desserts, but ultimately I removed everything that was high oxalate. Actually, yesterday I had a big pizza and then some pastel de natas afterwards, and I actually instantly got some acne. So it's like every time I break my diet, I have a little bit of a cheat meal, I instantly learn why I don't want to do that. And grains, specifically whole grains, are very bad with oxalates. My workout schedule is more or less the same, but instead of outdoors at the calisthenics parks in Berlin, I am here in Peniche surfing. I'll still do some calisthenics, but mostly my workout right now is surfing. My wrist pains are fully gone, well, specifically on my right hand, and I can even feel a more clear, more calm mental state. I would say I feel like I'm a bit more at peace. Now, that might be from the surfing though, because yesterday we had 6+ foot waves. We even had 3 meters on the surf report, so that's 9 foot waves. And my level of stoke was just next level. I was freaking out, honestly, yesterday. So I'm really interested to see how things are once I get back to Berlin and I'm all landlocked again, but I continue the low oxalate diet. If you're interested, I think this video could definitely use a follow-up in the next few weeks. Please, please, please leave a comment below if you have any similar experiences or symptoms or carpal tunnel. I'd truly love to hear from you and engage. I'll also be making a health section in our Discord to further explore this topic. Plus, I already know a bunch of traders out there who are super health fanatics, so I think this topic goes hand in hand with trading. Anyway, guys, stay safe, stay curious, and like always, make some awesome trades, including trading out certain foods in your diet.